blast happened in Delhi. It was 13 killed. And how you see react. Even before on Pahalgam, you said to me there's no foolproof intelligence in India. But
No, there is no foolproof. I mean, frankly, even the Israelis are supposed to have some of the most effective information services in the world. They have not been able, in many ways, to be able to do what people would like to see happen, which is to guarantee foolproof security. So I would say to you that as far as these things are concerned, we have to heighten security, but it'll never be 100%, whoever is in charge. But having said that, we need not only to completely ensure the security of our public as much as possible, we also need to ensure that as far as possible, whatever preventive measures can be taken are taken. I think that we are seeing some very thorough investigation. You've seen the statement by the US Secretary of State saying that India is conducting itself very responsibly and thorough, meticulous investigation. And I will say that when that happens, it's reassuring to the public that people are doing a professional job. Let us give them the time to come up with their own conclusions. I don't think we should rush to any conclusions. It may be individuals, it may be a sleeper cell, it might be an organization, it might even be worse. But for us to speculate, those of us who don't have the facts and figures, I think would be irresponsible. All I can say is, clearly, the cabinet has also declared it to be a terrorist attack. We have seen a terrible loss of life. We've also seen a number of people injured as well. One's heart has to go out to the victims and their families. But thereafter, and by the way, these are people of all faiths. So remember that the victims of terror come from every community, and this is something we should not forget. But having said that, let us at the same time as Indians resolved to stand united in the face of terror.
Homegrown terrorists or foreign trained infiltrated terrorists are there in India. So how do you react to that?
No, we know unfortunately we've had all kinds, and sadly there have been a large number of terrorist attacks going right back to the 1990s. It started off in Kashmir, spread to other places. There have been attacks in places like Delhi, Mumbai, Pune, and so on. So we've had the experience, and I don't want to imply that there is, shall we say, any easy opportunity to declare victory against this phenomenon. It is there, and it is something we have to combat through all the methods available to us. To my mind, right now, whether these are homegrown, and some of them seem to have been homegrown, those who have been identified, whether some of these people have been infiltrated, that we don't have any further information. Whatever it is, it has to be dealt with. And as the government has repeatedly said, when you have terror, it is those who have conducted the terror and those who are behind them, those who have financed them, armed them, equipped them, motivated them, sent them, that we have to tackle.
So some say that it's linked to elections. Before elections, there will be an attack or a terrorist attack. So how you react?
But that you have to ask the terrorists. When only the terrorists know what motivates them to do something at any time. There was even one report saying that the bomb may have gone off accidentally. The doctor may not have wanted to kill himself. That the bomb was in the back of his car and it went off. Who knows? I mean, honestly, some of this is pure speculation, and I don't like to speculate.
One last question regarding Bihar elections. The clean sweep happened by the MP.
Well, we're still waiting for the final official results, but it's very clear that the lead is overwhelmingly with the NDA.
So do you think the Congress, I think only 4 seats are right now leading in Bihar?
It's obviously seriously disappointing, and if that turns out to be the final result, remember it is not yet the final declared result, but if it turns out to be that, then I think there will have to be some very serious introspection. And I don't just mean introspection in terms of sitting and thinking, but also studying what went wrong, what were the tactical or messaging or organizational mistakes. Please understand that I am not somebody who has campaigned in Bihar. I was not invited to campaign in Bihar, and therefore I cannot give you any first-hand information. But I've been talking to people. I've been talking to journalists who have come and gone from there. I've talked to political operatives who have come and gone from there. And I've talked to ordinary people from the state of Bihar who are doing other jobs outside whom I've met, including some of our security people at the airports, a lot of Biharis in the CISF. So I've got a sense, and I think that similarly, our party leaders must do some very serious analysis of where things went wrong. Because, whenever an election happens, There's got to be some factors that are specific to that particular situation, as well as specific to our organization, the way our organization functions, that we need to understand and see what we can learn from.
The Fed is claiming and alleging election commission again. So, how you got that?
I personally would need to see much more detail as to what that is based on. Okay.
I read your article regarding the Nehru family dynastic politics.
No, it was not about the Nehru family. This is a complete misrepresentation of the article. The article was about a social phenomenon in our country where professions go from down the family tree. And I mentioned a number of political parties, not just the Congress party at all, saying that this is unfortunately a factor even in regional parties and other parties. And the sad truth about this matter is that this obviously limits the way in which our political democracy functions. Yeah, I've been an open advocate of more inner party democracy within parties. As you know, even I myself had made had put my sort of feet where my words were, as it were. And I think at the end of the day, we all have to learn. I mean, our democracy is in a state of evolution. It will continue to evolve. Thank you very much.